Tip number 1, get to know your environment and meet new people. So I would highly recommend getting to know your professors. I know it can be scary to build a relationship with them, but they really want to meet you and they really want to help. So go to their office hours, ask their questions, ask for clarification. Building that relationship can really help down the road too, in case you need an extension on an assignment, a letter of recommendation, or even advice about a graduate program. I would also recommend making some friends in your classrooms. So maybe making at least one friend that you can exchange numbers with or emails with, especially if you're absent during one of the classes and you need clarification or to catch up on the notes, you have somebody that you can rely on.
Tip number 2 is related to emailing your professors. When you're emailing in general, understand who you're writing to, what they know, and the message that you want to communicate. In the case of emailing your professor, he's in charge of your grade. He has the knowledge in which you are learning. Let's say your message can vary. Make sure your grammar and spelling is up to speed to the best of your ability. Make sure your subject is straight to the point. For example, absence on September something. In the beginning of your letter, make sure to greet your professor, thank them for what they've done, and mention the purpose of your email. In the middle paragraph, tell your story, but of course, be concise. In your final paragraph, thank them for their time and mention you'll look forward to their response or a similar statement. At the end of the day, the goal is to have a brief, concise email with your professor in mind.
Tip number 3, get involved early, whether that be a student organization, research with the professor, an on-campus job, really anything that you can do outside of the classroom. It's important that we grow personally and professionally outside of class just as much as we do inside of class. We can also make some of our best friends and maintain healthy relationships through the connections that we make outside of class. Benefits to getting involved early include making and maintaining personal and professional relationships, which is good for your mental health, finding a potential passion, and feeling more at home on campus.
Tip number 4, take advantage of your resources. Within your first year, you'll be interacting with offices such as Start Advising, which is your academic advising, financial aid, counseling and psychological services, the Office of Student Life, and more. If you are on campus, you can learn more about these offices at the information desk once you step into the University Center. In terms of third-party resources, you also have free access to programs such as Microsoft Office, the Adobe Creative Suite, LinkedIn Learning, and more. Take a step further and use resources that were always available to you, such as the Google Suite, which includes your calendar, Drive, Google Keep, Google Docs, Slides, so on and so forth. You'll find a lot of your textbooks and subscriptions for your classes in the campus bookstore. Some other alternatives, if need be, include Amazon, Chegg, ecampus.com, and many more.
Tip number 5, don't be afraid to drop a class or change your schedule. Usually when we register for classes, we might become really set on that schedule. We picked a schedule that we love and that works for us, and we might not want to give that up, even if we have a class that we don't like or a class that we know that we're going to struggle with. We might also be scared of dropping it because dropping it feels like we're letting ourselves down, we're letting family or friends down, but I'm here to tell you that it's okay. Sometimes we choose a class and it's not what we thought it would be. So talk to an academic advisor at start. Talk to upperclassmen who are sharing your major. Don't be hard on yourself. Just finding out about the class can feel like a big letdown, so be easy on yourself.
Tip number 6. Create a study space. Having a comfortable, safe space for you to focus on what you need to do can help you quite a bit. You might find your bedroom helpful, you might find living room helpful, you might find even a local cafe helpful. Whatever helps you focus on what you need to do. When you create a study space, you'll be able to reduce any procrastinating behaviors, you'll be increasing your focus, moving distractions, and you'll be on your way to academic success.
Tip number 7, Attend every class. During your time in college, you might be compelled to skip class. I know I have, but this can cause you to feel even more behind and confused on the material, especially if you already feel like this before even going to class. So the most important thing that we can do for ourselves sometimes is just showing up. And if you show up to class, you'll be able to ask your professor questions, get any extensions on deadlines that you might need, and keep in touch with your friends so you can help each other along the way.
Tip number 8. Take handwritten notes. Note-taking can be very convenient, especially if your professor might speak a little quickly. Studies show that you're more likely to learn and remember the material if you take notes by hand.
Tip number 9. Take advantage of new opportunities. So there will be so many new opportunities that just pop up while you're in college, and it's so easy to say no to them, especially when we feel uncertainty or we're unsure of our own abilities. But I'm here to tell you that you can definitely do it. You know yourself best, and don't let fear stop you from trying something new or something that you know you might love. Accept the new opportunities with open arms and allow yourself to experience them. You're worth the experiences, so take them. Benefits of doing this can include discovering new parts of yourself, meeting new people, recognizing your strengths and capabilities, and growing as a person.
Tip number 10. Apply for scholarships and financial aid. You might have heard of FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. It is available in October. It's going to help you pay for your tuition throughout the coming years. I recommend applying for it as soon as you can. UM-Dearborn has scholarships that are widely available through March. And if you want to take a step further, you can even apply for private scholarships.